Well, hello, Knockout Nation. How you all doing? I'm your host, Noel Clubb, and welcome to Knockout Show. And of course, welcome to Span Sports World Network on Zingo TV, channel 250. Please remember to download the Zingo TV app from respective iOS and Android app stores, as the app is absolutely free. That's right, folks, it's free. And of course, while you download, please make sure to make a rate and leave us a comment. As well as we want to hear from you folks as well out there. So leave us a comment if you want to hear from you folks. That's it. That's all. And Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, and Fire TV sticks. Roku and Roku sticks are also available on all smart TVs from 2016 forward, eh? All right, welcome all the viewers at home watching Knockout Show around the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's introduce today's amazing and awesome Knockout panel, shall we? So first off, he's an iconic Canadian sports anchor and commentator, also a former amateur boxer as well in Canada. He's also the host of Joe Tilley's Great Canadian Sports Show. Please welcome, coming up, Joe
Coming up, baby.
Tilley. Welcome, Joe.
How you boys doing? Good to see y'all.
Good to see
It's an
you.
honor to be part of this esteemed panel. You guys look good. Just parking my phone here. Sorry.
Oh, no problem at all, sir.
So it's going good. How you? Everything looks good with you guys. Things are good.
Yeah, everything's good.
Guess who my special guest is next week?
Who is that?
Guy by the name of Gentleman Jerry Cooney.
Very cool. Wow. That's cool.
A very
That's
nice guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jerry Cooney is a very nice guy.
Really
Well
good.
done.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we're pleased to have him next week. Tomorrow we got Humble Howard and Fearless Fred.
Right.
From the Humble and Fred Morning Show. CFNY 99.9. But they've been all over the place. 640 at one point, 680. No, 640. Yeah. So and of course Sirius XM and their own Humble and Fred sports.com. So so we're having them tomorrow. And
Excellent.
We're also having a couple of guests talking about the big Step Up for Wayside House in Hamilton coming up in next month. So we're going to have Reed Coolsat, who is the former Canadian marathon champ, as well as Michael O'Riordan, who's also a runner and a medical writer. And so it's going to be fun.
That sounds great. Yeah, as always, great guests as always, sir. Well done.
So we're gonna have a good show tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Gentleman Jerry the following week. So
Very cool. Yeah. So coming up, folks, stay tuned. Watch to catch those shows. That's a great lineup once again. Well done, sir. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
All right. So moving on, this great, amazing panel today. He fought for Canada 3 consecutive Olympic Games in Barcelona 92, Atlanta 96, and Sydney 2000. Yeah, all right, folks. 350 wins. Please welcome the one and the only Mike Buddha Strange to the show. Welcome, Mike. Welcome.
Kirk Johnson. I've not seen Kirk Johnson in so long, buddy. How are you doing, man?
What? I'm good. I can't complain.
Oh,
What?
you
Third?
look good, man.
It been since what? 92 since we've seen each other.
Jeez.
Wow.
You know what?
It's
It's a small little story, but we were at the 91 pre-Olympic tournament and
In Barcelona.
And Kirk was sick for 2 days, like didn't get out of bed, and he draws
Oh yeah.
Felix Savon, right?
Of course.
First
Yeah.
fight, and then he gets up and he fights Felix Savon. Kirk is beating Felix Savon after 2 rounds, and then whatever they told Felix Savon in the third round, I don't know, but they said I think he was not going to the Olympics or something if he didn't beat Kirk, and he came back like crazy. But Kirk was wham! I was like, it was crazy. It was especially after coming out like 2 days of just being bedridden. He comes off and
No
what
kidding.
a performance it was. I'll never forget that.
Wow.
He was. What happened? The fight was stopped 10 seconds before it was over because my eye was swollen and basically closed. So in amateur fighting, you're not allowed to have that, I guess.
Yeah.
So they stopped the fight. But
But
you're
what
right.
A,
It
what
was.
a fight. Like, we were going crazy.
And I heard you. I heard you guys the whole time.
Yeah.
You guys was grabbing each other, yelling, screaming. Get him, Kirk. Get him. Yeah. Yeah.
Go
So
get
when
him,
they
go
say
get
that
him.
And you know what?
Normally I would.
It would have made it if you weren't sick for 2 days. What a difference it would have made.
Who knows?
Right?
No kidding.
But
No kidding.
But it was awesome.
You know,
So
when
memorable that
when
as
people
soon as
always say that
saw you, I was thinking of that fight.
right. But you know, when people see you, I mean, when people say that fans help, I normally say fans don't help. But in that situation, I mean, you guys were cheering so hard.
Yeah.
I had to get motivated and try to do
That's it.
something.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, we had a good time.
To say the least.
Yeah.
But very cool.
And
very cool. It's been that long.
Well, Mike, did you ever see? It's a thing that's online, and if you put in 92 Barcelona, Spain, you'll see the whole team there. It's about a half hour. Me and Tom Gillespie, you, everybody's on there.
Oh, I haven't seen it. No, what's it called?
Yeah. I don't know what it's exactly called. Whenever I'm doing it, I put in Barcelona, Spain, 92 boxing team. And
I think that's the video that Dominic made up.
Yes, there you go. That's it. That was his video. Yeah,
amazing. Great memories.
Dominic.
We just,
there.
And you know what? If it wasn't for Dominic Flame, we wouldn't have any memories. Believe me.
No, not at all.
Video, pictures, everything. He's just an amazing guy. That, you know, we wouldn't have any of these memories if it wasn't for him.
No kidding.
Yeah,
photographer, videographer. Yeah, does it all, that guy. For all these decades. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, very cool stuff, guys. Very cool stuff. Well, hey, moving up on this amazing panel today, he's an American Hall of Fame trainer and coach. He's the owner and head coach of Casell's Boxing Club located in Niagara Falls, New York. And he's coached and, of course, trained many great American boxers over the years. Please welcome Mr. Ray Casell to the show. Welcome, Ray. Welcome. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Trying to get through this mess we have out there, but Jim's picking up. More fighters are coming back again, and I got a few kids fighting pro debuts in New York now. Finally, New York's opening up. We're fighting in Newburgh, New York on the 30th, and then in Schenectady, New York on the 6th of November. There's 2 fights of the year here since this thing shut down. Amateurs back, but we're starting to get smaller shows for that coming back, So everyone's trying to come back to the gym. I'm almost at where I was March of 2020 when it shut down, It's been a rough year
so far, then.
all of us. I know that.
And now the Canadians will be able to come see you in November.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, exactly.
We're coming for you.
Bob down here and Bill Williams and all the guys, I haven't seen them in a while. They spar. I'm right on the border, so all the guys come down to spar with us. And I'm excited that they're going to be able to come back, start doing some shows. And we average about 3 or 4 shows a year right now.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been rough. I know it's been rough for you guys, even worse than for us.
It's been horrible.
Yeah, terrible for us too.
I've never seen nothing like this in my lifetime. I've been doing it 50 years. This is crazy. But I got little kids back. That's a big deal too, because that's where we get our kids from. Without the little ones, just 8-year-olds, and we don't have the guys that turn into pros. And the pro ranks are extending down anyway. So, it's nice to have the kids back because I need them, the teenagers especially. It keeps them off the streets. And it's rough here in Niagara Falls, trust me. All of us, all the gyms in Canada, the United States do a lot for the communities. I don't think a lot of people realize how much we do with the kids because we like doing it. Without the gyms, a lot of these kids would have no other resource to have something to do. And that's how
correct. Yeah.
And we don't get supported too well, do we, guys? By the government.
It's pretty tough being a boxing club and a boxing owner and a coach and an athlete.
I do. We used to go up to Canada and do the kickboxing too back in the days. With a twin, McNamara twins out of Toronto.
Mick and Mac,
Right.
I go way back to the CN.
Mick and Martin, that's it.
Yeah, we used to go up there. Johnny's Terrio, I used to spar with him back in those days. He was a tough guy out of Ottawa.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of shows in Canada. Ottawa, I've done a show. One of my pros, Layla Ali, actually fought on the show. And
very cool.
I love going up there. We have a good time up there, and I miss it. I do.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna open. Well, I don't know. You guys, they say they're opening, and then they're not opening, then they're opening.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we've been hearing that too. Yeah.
There's some good shows on TV too with the Zone, and Fox is putting on a lot of shows right now. I watched a lot of boxing this week, and I'm sure some of you did. Mikey Garcia last night,
Right.
Ross, the kid from Spain, and that was and Navarrete. That was a tough fight he had with Gonzalez that we were talking about. But the couple 2 weeks ago, I think we had one of the best heavyweight fights I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was an exciting fight. That was.
Wow.
The boxing out the door now, and that was what you call it down.
Yeah.
I mean,
But like you said, it was a fight. It wasn't a boxing match, but it was a fight. Yeah.
It was
well put.
I haven't seen a fight like that in a long time, man. You know.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure to watch. Edge on the edge. So
I mean, Ron Lau and George Foreman.
Yeah.
It was something like that because both them guys got knocked down a total of 5 times also.
Yeah, with Ron Lyle.
Yeah.
Lyle and Foreman.
Ron Lyle, white man when he fought Foreman. Those guys he could punch. He was a puncher.
Yeah.
Ernie Shavers.
Yeah.
Another banger. Yeah, we had some great heavyweight fights. I mean, I'm an old guy now. You know, but heavyweight fights back in the 60s and 70s. But they're coming back. This Tyson Fury, I think he's a great boxer. He's got so much skills for a man 6'9". It's hard to believe he can move like that, you know.
Yeah, moves so well for a big man.
Yeah, he has Wilder's number now. It's time to move on. And I think he should fight. What's his name?
Usyk.
Yeah, Usyk. And
the Ukrainian.
The winner of that.
Well,
Joshua should fight the winner.
Right, exactly. Because I was gonna say they're gonna have the rematch. So after the rematch, then it will come up. I mean, I feel that Joshua is gonna end up winning the second fight, but who knows, right?
Oh, really?
Interesting prediction there.
Prediction
there.
Yeah, it's a lot of head games with the heavyweights. You know that.
Yeah.
I have one. He's like I was telling you earlier. He's going to fight in a bare knuckle fight championships. And
I can't believe that. Yeah.
Who's he fighting? John L. Sullivan.
He said he was bored. He wanted to try something new, but he's a Golden Glove champion 2 times in New York State, and he's a big Native American kid. He could fight. I wanted to box. You know, I wanted to stay in the professional ranks, but they threw some money at him, and he's too young. I said, "You're 24. So do something like that when you get down the road at the end of your career." I'm afraid he's going to his career with the cuts and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because,
just because before it's pretty high risk, you know, for him to take that chance. But wish him the best.
I hope he's getting paid well.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I hope he's getting paid well because that's a high risk.
Super high risk.
Trust me. That's what I was about. But no. It's great to be on this panel with all you guys today.
Definitely. Great to have you on the show, man. Great to have you on the show. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad that things open up again for us so we can meet in the boxing world again and compete. Oh, sorry.
Well, that Wilder fight. I mean, Tyson Fury and Wilder. I mean, for the situation and the time of year and what we all been going through, a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
You know, when I watched that fight, I didn't even think about the pandemic. Didn't think about nothing. Me and my father and the assistant coach, we just sit back and watch it and say, what's gonna happen? I mean, but can't lie. Before the fight, I was, I bet on Fury because in my mind, Fury won the first fight. He got robbed. It shouldn't have been a draw. It should have been a unanimous decision for Fury. The second fight, he did what he did. In this third fight, he was, and I'm not ever putting down Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder showed a great amount of heart, but Tyson was doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? So for, when they say the great trilogy, I look at great trilogies when I look at Barrero and, the Barrero fights and the Pac-Man and the Marquez fights. To me, those are great trilogies because those fights are so close that you don't know who's winning. But when it comes to the Wilder and Fury situation, I don't know about you guys, but to me, Fury won 9 rounds of the 12th, the first fight. He won the second fight, and he was winning this fight too, even though he got knocked down twice. So what made it exciting was the fact that he got knocked down and he had to get back up. And but other than that, and not taking nothing from the fight, it was a great fight for us to watch. It was exciting because you did not know if Dante was gonna catch him and knock him out. And Dante got the type of power that we all know. When he catch you, you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
Somewhat like Mike Tyson. When Tyson caught you, you went to sleep.
Yeah, you went to sleep. I used to escort Mike Tyson at the Mirage when I worked in Vegas. He was something else, Mike Tyson. I tell you, it's really funny. You know the movie that came out, The Great White Hope? Hype?
Yeah.
Was a comedian, the brothers. There's a part in there that actually happened. We were in the Mirage lobby at the elevator lobby, and Tyson went into the jewelry store and bought a Rolex watch, probably about $63,000. He came out and he looked at the watch and he threw it on the ground. And his entourage just jumped on it, and they were all beating each other for the watch. And then when the one guy got the watch, he brought it back to him. And Mike said, "I changed my mind." He said, "What the watch?" But I actually was a security guard for Mike at the Mirage, so it really did happen. And they put it in that movie. It was pretty good. But I thought that was funny to see. But I thought Wilder took the fight for the money. I thought he knew this would be his only big chance to get a big payday right now, and he accepted it because I don't think he really wanted that fight. He said before the fight he was going to retire. I don't know if you knew that. But he said he was going to retire. Every time I hear a fighter say he's going to retire, everyone, they lose that fight. It seems to be 99%. Am I wrong? I mean, so I sort of had a feeling he was in it just to take the payday. But he showed a lot of heart. I mean, but I think that proved from the second fight that he didn't need to be stopped. He wants to go out on his shield, and that's what he did. So.
Money Mayweather predicted he was going to be done, but not too many of them do. Not too many of them do.
Yeah, correct.
But hey, Mo, you got to introduce the rest of this esteemed panel.
Exactly, supposed to do that actually. You're in sync here. Yeah, so moving on. It's an amazing panel. So next up is a former Canadian heavyweight boxer from North Preston, Nova Scotia, folks. In 2002, he challenged for the WBA heavyweight title. He's a fight record 37-2-1 with 27 KOs. Please welcome Kirk Johnson to the show. Welcome, Kirk. How you doing? Officially, how are you doing now?
Good. And that name is Chiron.
Chiron. I keep mispronouncing it.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I can't complain. I got 2 kids. I'm raising my kids. One is 16. He's the same height as me right now. Matter of fact, he's the same size as I was when I was 16. When I was 16, I was like walking around at 210, 215 pounds. I always had to train down to 201 pounds. And like Mike Strange said, I was sick, but I tell you why I was sick all the time. I was sick because I was starving myself to make weight. So if you have no food in your system and you have no energy, I was laying down sleeping all the time to try to preserve some energy because when I woke up, I was always thinking about food and always had to dry out. So that's why I had to relax all the time. But raising my daughter too, with my wife and everything. So everything is good right now. I'm at the gym all the time. I work out, and plus you got guys at the gym that I help out every now and then. So life is good. I don't want to complain about the pandemic too much, but you know what? The pandemic is terrible. I hate it. You can't go to people's houses the way you used to go to their houses. When you see people on the street, one time you're able to shake their hand and hug them or whatever. Now it's like we give them fist pound and stuff like that. I don't like it, but hey, it's the change of the time, and we just have to endure until something else happens.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. So it's less connection, and we're all, we need connection as spiritual beings, human beings. We need that connection. So it's definitely a lack of connection, like Ray and I talked about before the show. With Canada, U.S. meeting up all the time. Yeah, connections all the equation, all the picture all the time. So yeah, very unfortunate. Yeah, totally agree. That is the problem right there for sure. So before we get carried away and carry on the show, I just want to bring on my last guest here on the show officially. He's a talented southpaw who fought for Canada in 69 kg weight class in 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games. Please welcome Canadian Olympian Wyatt Sandman Sanford to the show. Welcome officially, sir.
Thank you for having me once again. It's always a great panel.
Absolutely.
And usually everybody likes to talk, and it gets carried away quite fast.
In a good way.
When everybody's so passionate about the sport, it just kind of just goes.
Very true. It does. But let's say, in a good way. It's like the guys kind of do your thing there, because I love hearing your input and your insights on everything we talk about. So, yeah, I love it. I love it. And once again, thanks for coming to the show. Real pleasure, real honor. Have another Olympian here on the show.
My pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so guys, we're talking about the trilogy matchup. So you guys overall as a panel, would you guys see that matchup as being the top 5 best trilogy fights of all time? Would you guys that's been the top these days in a lot of boxing shows and so forth. This being on the top.
It'd be
5.
hard to. It would be hard to rank them, you know what I mean? Because there's been some really good. Like I love the Gotti Ward trilogy. That was fantastic.
Exactly.
I loved,
fantastic. Right.
I mean, Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta, they fought what? 6
Exactly.
times.
Yeah.
You know, you go back in time and look over the years. There's been some incredible, fight trilogies.
And you know what,
I
Joe?
love as far as heavyweights go. Like Ali and Fraser. I mean, this was a fantastic trilogy, no doubt about it. Because the guys, as the guys said earlier, these guys came to fight.
Yeah,
there's no messing around here. And
back in those days, Joe, like the Ward and Gatti, there was no rematch clauses after. So you got to fight mandatory clause. These guys fought because that's what they did. It was a great fight.
That's what they wanted to do.
You know, the Wilder and Fury, they had that rematch clause, just like the Joshua and what's his name, the Mexican guy.
Yeah, Usyk.
You know, the guys and the same thing.
Oh, Ruiz,
fight each other because it's a rematch
the
clause.
clause that Lomachenko should have had against Lopez.
But because
he had that. Yeah,
yes, he should have.
So a guy like Wilder who got knocked out from Fury, and there's a rematch clause in there. So it's kind of a little bit ridiculous. Like when you knock some guy out, do you deserve a rematch against that guy? Really?
No.
I agree.
Where Mickey Ward,
as it turned out, we got one of the most entertaining heavyweight fights in years
because of the fans. And these guys weren't probably top 2 in their division. They just want to, and sometimes you get fights who are ranked number 9 and number 7, and say, you know what, get those 2 guys because they're well matched. You know what I mean? Where a number 1, number 2 guy probably couldn't put that fight on, but a number 9 and number 7 guy, like they probably were at that time, put on great matches, never took a back step up, and that's the fights the fans want to see.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a court decision, right? That was a court decision. So because Wilder had the clause, the rematch.
Yeah.
So the judge ruled in his favor. Otherwise, the fight wouldn't have taken place. However, the fact that it did take place, and we saw one of the most entertaining heavyweight fights we've seen in a long time. Great. Yeah. I mean, it worked out, right? It worked out fantastic. I thought it was because both guys came to fight. And so as far as trilogies goes, I don't rank it as high as Fraser Ali, but I rank it high because of the entertainment.
Yeah.
Wilder showed so much heart, and then you saw Fury get dropped when he thought he had him. And he just, Wilder can change a fight just like that, and it did. And then when
one
he came
punch,
back and he was exhausted, and then Fury just, what people always say, okay, well, is he the most technical fighter? Probably not. Is he got the best punch? Probably not. Is he fastest, quickest? Probably not. But the guy's got heart. He's got character. The guy's been doing it since he was 9 years old. So there's different styles. There's Muhammad Ali.
He's well-rounded.
With the greatest of all time, and it's tough to compare sometimes. You got John O'Sullivan, who's kind of like this, and Jack Johnson. Styles, there's no perfect style. Everyone thought the Muhammad Ali style was the perfect, but Tyson Fury has perfected his style, whether it's awkwardness or not, and it's coming out to be one of the best in the world right now. The best of all time, 100%. Almost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, for a guy who's 6'9", he's got a lot of finesse. I'm telling you, he's a great boxer. He's got a fantastic jab. I think he's got the best jab, one of the best jabs I've seen since Larry Holmes.
Yeah,
he's got a great jab. He can box. He
Kirk
maybe
Johnson,
looks awkward because since Kirk Johnson, he's got the best jab since Kirk Johnson.
But yeah, he's a phenomenal fighter. I mean, he does things that little guys do. So that what makes him so excellent. I mean, like I said, skill wise, I had to go with him the 3rd time just because I was looking at the skill set. Everybody went against me back home. They were saying no, but Wilder's gonna catch him. Wilder's gonna catch him. And everybody looked at the last time Wilder knocked him down, and Tyson woke up from the grave. They said nope. This time Tyson will not get up. I said, you know what? I don't think Wilder is gonna catch him. If you catch him, it's gonna be a situation where Tyson will find a way to get up, and you know what? He got caught twice, and he found a way to get up and do his thing.
I think that's one of the reasons why people think it's a great trilogy, though, is because of that first fight, that 12th round one shot drop.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
I think that one shot made the trilogy a lot more exciting than what it truly is, because Fury is a much better boxer, more skilled.
Yes,
everything by far it is Fury.
100%.
But that one shot from Wilder in that first fight definitely made the trilogy.
12th round,
and then Wyatt, you look at that first fight, and Tyson tried to box him. He did. You know what I mean? He was a little bit of apprehensive, and then he finally did get hit. And the second fight changed his whole game plan. Just fought him, beat him. Held his hands up, make sure he weathered the storm, and he knew he was going to tire out. And then the third one, and you look at these guys, between him, Anthony Joshua, and Wilder, you look at Fury's confidence, his character. He's got so much charisma. He's great singing his gypsy songs at the end of the fight. He's great.
Let's just say he's like Ali, a modern day Ali.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well,
I love the street fight stuff. He called him a dosser.
Joshua.
Yes. Joshua's skillful,
That's the draw, I think, right now.
Yes.
Is Joshua against him. But Joshua at first has to get past Usyk, right?
Which
is
very tough.
And you see the persona between Fury and Joshua. Joshua, before he's going to fight, he goes, well, it's going to be a good fight, win or lose. He comes out, he's got a 25-minute entourage. He's got 25-minute train going on. He's got two different songs. Usyk comes in. He's got this astronaut helmet, focused, knows what he's going to do, had a game plan. And I don't think Anthony Joshua had any game plan whatsoever when he came to that ring. No. And if he did, he didn't follow it.
Yeah. Right
well, I think the game plan could have been he was going to try to outbox a master boxer. And because he's a heavyweight, the bottom line is, Mike Strange, I can't outbox you. I'm bigger and stronger than you, but I can't outbox you. If me and you got in the fight, guess what I'm going to do? You're going to be too fast for me. Eventually, I'm going to put you in a fight.
I'm running.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Running.
And I'm going to right. And I'm going to put you in a fight. And Joshua got hit in the fight. He got hit, quite a few times in the fight. If that be the case that you're going to get hit anyway, you know what he needs to do? He need to put Usyk in a fight, throw punches at the same time. Okay, you hit me, I'm hitting you. Yeah, lean on him like Tyson Fury, and also throw punches at the same time. And okay, when you hit me, I can take your shot. Now I'm gonna see if you can take my heavyweight shot too. And if I catch you, more than likely you're gonna go. But he didn't. He tried to outbox him. He didn't go fight him. So in the next fight, he can't outbox him. He got to go fight and put pressure on him, and put him in a war. Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones, the first fight, Roy Jones outboxed him, no problem. But McGirt said, we're not going to fight him this way. The game plan needs to be Tarver need to throw punches at the exact time Roy throw. And look what happened. He happened to clip Roy on the chin. Look what happened.
Yeah, Roy.
So Joshua going to have to do the same.
If Roy, after beating Ruiz, if he would have came down and retired, he would have been the best boxer of all time. But he came back, he fought Tarver, and got knocked out, and that changed his future.
Right, 100%. But I look at it this way: when he fought Ruiz, he was 299. No, he was 199, meaning he was right at cruiserweight. And do you realize that that's the only title he never won?
Cruiserweight.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is.
And the same with Michael Spinks. He was 201 pounds and fought Larry Holmes and beat him twice.
Right.
So much faster. It's tough to catch guys
like
that too.
Right.
If you would have made Michael Spinks weigh 220, it probably would have been a different outcome.
Right. So what I'm saying about Roy Jones, instead of going right down to 175, he could have stayed at the same weight and fought. Cruiserweight is what? 200 pounds.
Yeah, under
80,
under
195.
It might 195. Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
Okay, he could have made, if he was 199 trying, he could have made 195, no problem. He could have won the 195 title, the cruiserweight world title, then go off into the sunset. But you know,
Yeah, but the money's
everybody
not
can
there.
say that about anybody's career when it's all over,
And I
right?
said that last time.
The money's
about-
not there. That's why
about
Usyk fought
Usyk,
Joshua.
because Usyk just beat the champion coming up from cruiserweight, right?
Yes.
He
And
was
there's only a couple guys that have done it. Michael
undisputed
Spinks,
cruiserweight title
he
champion.
came up, he fought Larry Holmes, and if he would have retired, he probably wouldn't. But he thought, you know what, I got a big money fight coming up
Well, he
against
had to
Mike
fight
Tyson.
Yeah.
We'll see how
Tyson.
those 93 seconds end up. And
But
that
Mike,
was it. And the same
that's
thing
the one
with
we're
Roy
talking
Jones.
about. Everybody was demanding that he fought Tyson. He had
Yeah.
one of the titles. Everybody was demanding that he fought Tyson.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
to fight Tyson. No way he could have retired without fighting Tyson. Everybody said, "Why didn't you fight Tyson? What are you scared of?"
Well, it's like because he's a light heavyweight.
Well, yeah, but what are you scared of? Why didn't you fight? You fight
I
Larry
mean-
Holmes. You're an old man. You fight an old man. You want to win a heavyweight title by fighting an old man. Why you fighting Mike Tyson? So that's what would be in the argument if you didn't.
Well,
fight
at
Tyson.
that time, though, Larry Holmes was trying to beat Rocky Marciano's record and was bragging.
He
that,
just had
you know,
one more
Rocky
fight.
Rocky
Yeah, right.
Marciano couldn't wear his jock strap, so that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Spinks
yeah,
says.
yeah.
Well, I'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah, but
Yep,
it was still
yep.
it was not the if Spinks had retired at that point, you telling me they wouldn't have talked him out of retirement?
Well, they might have, but they might have said, you know what, God, hey,
They did
this
the
guy
money.
is unbelievable. Went up from light heavyweight to the
Yeah,
world champion.
exactly.
Money talks.
Look what money talks, man.
Yeah,
But they did, though.
That fight. He's not
But
gonna
they
reprise
talked
that
about
fight.
of it. They offered him $25 million. Back then, $25 million was everything. So
Yeah.
that's why he fought Mike Tyson.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's
who?
huge
And if
money
he
back
didn't
then.
fight Mike Tyson,
Big
he'd
now,
be
but huge then.
undefeated. It's his
Yeah,
only
but
loss.
he was always going to fight.
Yep.
Tyson. No, you can't ignore the money. You can't ignore ignore the demand from the fans.
He ain't never made $25 million. At that time, most people I heard he made was like $3 million. So when somebody offer you $25 million, man, it's different. That's all I can say.
Well, that's
Star
like
You look
arm,
at your-
money for
Star
generations
arm.
You look
to
at
come,
your
right?
kids and your grandkids.
Yeah.
Everybody's
yeah.
gonna be doing well. That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It's for generations, not just you.
No, nobody's going to say no to that kind of
You
money.
can't say no to that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, really.
people go downtown at a bar and get drunk and get knocked out, and then go the next week, get drunk and get knocked out again. They're not getting paid at all. So this is what you've been doing this. You've been doing this all your life, and they're gonna pay $25 million. Man, you
Sign us up.
gotta come back and do it.
I'll fight Mike Tyson next week for $25 million.
Thank you.
Okay, it's on the record right here, right now. I'll fight Mike Tyson next week for $25 million.
If you're watching, Mike, you've been challenged.
You're watching,
You've been
Mike?
challenged by Joe Tilley.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it won't cost that much money for the hospital bills after.
Yeah,
But-
the closest I ever got
You
to
need
Mike
25
Tyson trying to
million,
get
for
an
hospital
interview
bills
with
for
him. I corralled him with my cable.
The way I see it, most people that get knocked out on the street, they survive. So the way we're looking at it, once we get knocked out, wake up, we should be okay.
That's it.
We'll bounce back fine. We've been there. We've done that.
Yeah.
before.
How about
More
this?
money now. It's all. It's all money.
I got to ask you guys a question. What do you guys think about this Jake Paul and this Logan Paul stuff going on?
Yeah, it's a thing where we identify as being entertainment, but yeah, as a purist, yeah, it's hard stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan of it.
He's going to fight him next, I guess. That's what we're hearing over here in the States. And Tom,
Yeah.
I
Social
don't know.
media has changed the game, man. Social
sure
media
has.
has
It
changed
did.
the game.
Well put.
And,
Yeah.
and if when you look at it's good. I believe it's good because it's good for boxing because it brings publicity to boxing. And Dom Filano was on here a few months ago, and he talked about how his kids are into it. They follow Logan and Jake Paul, and they don't follow Teofimo Lopez. They don't follow, G Davis. They don't follow these guys. They don't follow Errol Spence, but they follow the Pauls, and a lot of people follow the Pauls and whatever the Pauls are doing, and they do bring some legitimate fights to the table when they have their
the card.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But it's causing
they
this
should.
chain of events now, which I'd like to see. I was sick to my stomach to watch Victor Belfort and Evander Holyfield. Like,
oh, yeah.
Holyfield was
yeah,
one of my
that's fun to watch.
idols growing up, and I was
But
sick.
but
I
is
was
that the
sick to my
Pauls or
stomach.
is that
Yeah,
is that
right
the
on, Mike.
Pauls?
I agree
Because
with you there 100%.
Well,
because that's-
Victor Belfort's chart is challenging Jake Paul now, and I'm just
right, but
it's not,
Yeah.
sure.
pointless.
But the thing is that's kind of like an old timers like it's kind of like the Champions Tour in golf.
Yeah.
Only in boxing, it's a little
Like
different.
Victor
'cause you can
Belfort's
get
not
hurt.
even the
Yeah, really. It's a
same
little bit
league as
different.
an Evander Holyfield back when his day. Like Evander Holyfield looked like he needed, like he had no balance or whatever, right?
Right.
And
He
it was
didn't
all
look
because
good. He
Oscar
didn't
De La Hoya
look right.
he got COVID.
But
So
the
Yeah.
money's crazy.
Yeah.
The
it
money's
was,
out of this world.
and the thing is, I paid for it, so I wanted to watch it, but I was expecting Holyfield to dummy him, but unfortunately, I didn't know the condition that Holyfield was in, which wasn't. I don't know what his health condition is, but it didn't look very good.
Didn't look good. No, it didn't look good at all.
You know, and it's tough
Well,
seeing one of your
he
idols
obviously
going like
needed a
that
paycheck.
and
Yeah.
going out like that. It was
Yeah.
really upsetting.
Yeah, it's very
And
sad
you
to
know
watch.
what? Someone's going to get seriously hurt, and it's not going to be good for the sport.
I
I
hear
didn't
you.
like Floyd Mayweather fighting Logan Paul. I didn't think that was entertaining at all.
Yeah, you got a guy that's 30
No, it
pounds
was a
heavier
joke.
than him fighting, right? Like it's
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
it's not
It wasn't even a
heavyweight
fight,
and
though.
200
It wasn't
and
even a fight
240
because
it's
Oh.
147 and 190. You know,
right, but they had an agreement that there wasn't going to be a fight. That if there's a knockdown, they'd stop it. It was a joke.
It's an exhibition matchup, right? That's what it was.
It was an
Not
exhibition
real-
match with no
fight.
declared winner. That was the whole point of it. And that's like, that's a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke. Yeah.
That one was a joke, but
Yeah.
you know,
and
I
you know
mean,
what?
like I said, it brings
doesn't
attention
help
to boxing,
Mayweather's
so that
legacy.
part of it's good.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, Mayweather's pound for pound one of the best ever boxers ever, but having that last fight, it doesn't help it. Doesn't
No.
help his
Agreed.
legacy.
Could
Yeah,
ruin his
legend?
legacy.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
So-
It doesn't help his legacy. Yeah.
Pretty
Well, you get a
embarrassing.
guy
was
like Lennox Lewis who got knocked out by two guys, came back and knocked both of those guys out, became world champion, retired. Now there's a guy who's got a legacy.
Yeah, a great legacy.
Awesome.
Man. Great legacy.
Right.
I mean, I've seen some crazy things in boxing. Remember when George Foreman fought 5 guys up in Toronto?
Foreman
Yeah,
fights
I remember
fine.
that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good point.
That was a long time
I've
ago.
seen
but
that.
Very
Yeah.
long time ago.
on the same night, I mean, he fought 5 guys. He beat them all. But I mean, that was sort of weird at that time too. But this is out of control. That Thriller, for instance, put this Lopez fight with Camboza on ice for so long that they finally decided not to do the fight with them anymore, which I'm glad. And I guess the zone Eddie Hearns picked it up, and they're going to do it November 16th or something. Because I think what's going to happen is Lopez is going to move up to fight Josh Taylor for the unified 140 title. I think he should just skip the fight with Gamboa, move right up to the 40 and fight him. I mean, why not? I mean, that's what he wants. I don't know if he can beat Josh Taylor at this point. Taylor's a pretty tough guy. I have a lot of
He's a tough opponent. Yeah.
And it's tough because you wave this money in front of guys now too, right? Like a guy like Canelo Alvarez is talking about fighting one of the Paul brothers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why would
Yeah.
Alvarez want to fight that
Anyone.
guy? He'll kill
Money.
him, obviously.
Money.
And he'll make 10 times the amount of money he would be fighting the top guy in boxing.
Yeah, isn't that crazy
You know what I
though?
mean? So why not
crazy.
fight a guy that's had 3 fights and he's going to make 10 times the amount of money?
Yeah.
Because the only real money
No-
Canelo's made
no
is
risk.
when he fought Mayweather and
Yeah, no
when he
risk.
fought,
High money.
Big
Pacquiao.
reward.
So he needs to, the money's good for him to fight something like that. But the money should be there for Spence against Crawford if that ever happens, because there should be a demand for that.
They already said they won't fight each other.
Well, it's crazy because that's what people
Yeah,
want.
that's so unfortunate because they probably would agree
But
on
they'll
the money
fight
in
the
first place.
Pacquiaos to make money off his name, right? They know he's washed up and he's at the end of his career. But they'll fight him. But the two pound for pound won't fight each other.
Yeah.
I think they're on a collision course to meet each other eventually. If they keep winning, it's got to happen because
what's
money
gonna
talks,
happen?
They'll demand it. The money will be there.
What's gonna happen was Porter and Crawford.
Oh,
That's coming up. Yeah.
I think it'll be an interesting fight. That fight.
Yeah,
I think Crawford's got
Porter don't back down.
I think Crawford wins it.
And
I think
I got Crawford in that one.
what's his name?
I'm going Porter.
He's like Tim
You going
Brad.
Porter? Are you?
I'm going Porter.
Yeah, I'm going Crawford.
I got to stick with Crawford on that one.
Myself. Yeah. Crawford be my choice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everyone's going to pick Crawford, but I'm sort of I like to see Porter win the fight.
I think
Raise
we'd all
money
like to see a Porter lucky
a
punch
Porter?
or something, but I don't think it's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Nah, he ain't going to beat him.
Yeah.
Crawford's
Long shot
very,
is a
very,
matchup.
very slick.
I'd like to see a good fight, though. It'd be a nice competitive
It'd
fight.
be a good matchup.
Right. Just remember
think
that I
Porter's
said
in a
Porter. Remember I
Porter's in a
said Porter.
position that he'll take any big fight, right?
You said Porter?
He'll fight anybody, Porter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's tough.
Well,
Yeah,
those big fights, yeah.
I think that'll be a decent. I still think Spence should fight Crawford. I mean, it's the fight.
Yeah.
That is the fight.
Undefeated guys. Yep.
These guys are in their
That is
30s
the
now.
fight.
How long are they going to wait? You know?
Yeah, that is the fight.
Because it's not like the old days where you can get the Thomas Hearns fighting the Leonard and the Leonard versus the Hagler. You know, these guys want to be the best, right? To beat the best. But these guys are like thinking about their future. Well, I don't need to fight. Why do I need to fight him when I can make this same amount or more money fighting a guy like Manny Pacquiao or someone in that who's a little bit older, who's a little bit down, hill.
Yeah, but eventually you got to fight the big guys when you want to make the
big
100%.
Money. But
they don't, you know what? Like,
it's not the same mentality, Joe, as years ago. You know, they don't have the same mentality to be the best.
Look at Leonard, look at Duran, look at Hearns. The reason 100%. They fought each other is because they all believed that they were the best.
Exactly.
If you believe you're the best, you're gonna fight the best. When Leonard fought Hagler, people thought he was nuts to fight Hagler.
I was out there. Yeah, I agree with you. It's they got to fight, but they're not going to.
But it's a different mentality now.
Good fighters believe in themselves, and they're going to fight. They're going to fight the guys who people want to see them fight. Spence and Crawford are going to fight each other eventually if they keep winning. There's no question about it.
I don't think so.
Because they're not going to duck each other.
They should be able to. If the money's there, they should be able to.
Yeah. You see, Mikey Garcia said they gave him 3 names. Eddie Hearns gave him a list with 3 names, and he got to pick who he wanted to fight. That is crazy that you can pick who you want to fight. You know what I mean? Usually your management sets up the fights, and the fighter should have an input, but they don't. They never used to give a list to the fighter and say, "Hey, pick a name." You know. Then he fought the guy from Spain last night, and he picked.
Picked the wrong guy. Yeah, because. You looks like you're picking like Sandor Martin.
Big fights,
Sandor Martin, but look at his record: 38-2, only 13 knockouts. Or 13 knockouts. You don't think he's going to hurt you, right? 40 fights,
exactly.
He's only got 13 knockouts. He's a 10-1 underdog, but he commanded that. That was a good fight. I mean, the kid came to fight.
Yeah, he
and there's one guy coming from Spain where he's really hyped up about fighting Garcia. He's telling everyone he's gonna upset him. And then you got Garcia like this guy is gonna be a walk in the park. And walk through. And there's an example of one guy setting himself up, training hard, and then you got Garcia coming up like, you know what, maybe not taking it as serious as he thought it was.
No kidding.
Got up,
no
see the result. And a very awkward
first fight in 20 months.
Camboza keeps telling Lopez he's going to beat him, and he's training like an animal. That could happen. I don't know.
That could happen.
You know, I mean, he's a tough. I watched this kid fight. He's tough. Lopez better not take him for granted and start thinking about Josh Taylor before he finishes this fight.
Right. But the thing about Lopez too, if Lomachenko had started that fight earlier,
he would have beat him.
He would have beat. I think he would have beat Lopez. He just did. He did nothing in those 6 rounds. It's too late.
Yeah, agreed.
I haven't been around too much in that fight in the beginning. But
I'd love to watch that Lomachenko Lopez because Lomachenko, he learns, he studies so fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took him 6 rounds to figure him out. And you can see as soon as Lomachenko figured him out, it was he went from 10 punches around to 60 punches.
Yeah.
And it was just, you can just see how well he can think in the ring. I would have loved to see a rematch of those two.
Me too. Probably won't happen, but yeah, I'd love to see that match.
That's what I say. That you get a rematch clause from Wilder, who gets knocked out, and he's got a rematch clause. He lost the first fight, even though he didn't get the decision. Even though Fury didn't get the decision,
he lost the first fight. Yeah.
Second fight clearly won. Fury didn't even touch him. Third fight, he gets a rematch clause that goes through the courts and he goes through it. And Lomachenko puts his title on the line against Lopez. 1 shot, 1 loss. That's it. He loses the title, and Lopez has the title, and there's no interest in fighting him again.
Yeah.
Probably
won't happen.
Lomachenko should have demanded that. He never bothered to do that. That was a mistake by him and his management.
Yeah, it was a mistake on their part. Yeah, no doubt.
And that's the
sure was.
That would have been a good rematch.
Him and Usyk trained together. They're both Ukrainians, right? They both went
to
the Olympics together.
Same
won
team,
gold medals together and all that stuff.
They fight a lot like too. He's like a big Lomachenko.
Yeah.
He's
a
good boxer. For his size, his weight class.
It took 4 fights to get used to the heavyweight division, but he got there. And he's not a big heavyweight, 220, 226. I'm like,
he takes a good shot. You know,
Yeah,
Josh
it's a
might
great
hit with a
chance.
couple
Well
of good
put.
ones, not great ones, but he takes a good punch. You know what I mean? And he
yeah.
rides with the punches, right? He goes with the punches.
Yes.
You know, doesn't get him hit head on, right? You know,
350
take
away the
amateur
punches
fights this
coming.
guy had.
I know.
Oh, sorry,
His
George,
amateur
say?
record. His amateur record 335 and 15.
Yeah, awesome record.
Usyk.
Wow.
335 and 15.
That's like Lomachenko. With the,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lomachenko's
same
not
thing.
far off
They
either.
both had over 300 fights. as
300
amateurs.
fights, one loss.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, one loss.
Never been knocked out in 350
That's crazy.
fights.
Yeah.
And the pros. Never been knocked out.
No.
That's pretty impressive.
That's
Very impressive.
There's so many fights at that weight that I'd love to see. Like even like Lomachenko and Davis, or if Davis and Lopez could meet up.
Well, they're having
Some bangers, both
That'd
bangers.
be, that'd be,
They
that'd be
put
great
two
matchup.
bangers, and that's what I'd like to see.
Lopez and Davis be a very interesting matchup.
I don't have much hope in that Ryan Garcia kid, though. I think he's a media blow up. I thought everyone thought he was going to be something, but I don't think he has the mental ability to be a champion. He just
I think we'll agree there.
He keeps pulling out of fights right now, and that's not good to do when you're, beginning your career off. But he challenges everybody, but he doesn't come through with any challenges.
Right.
I like to see Haney fight that Ryan Garcia kid to see if he's real. But
Yeah.
I mean, he's got so much hype on social media, and he hasn't actually fought anybody big.
Well put.
He sells tickets on social
Smoke
media.
and mirrors.
You're right. That's how these guys are making money. And the money's outrageous that they're paying. A lot of the boxers in the gym that I train, they say to me, will we ever get there? I mean, we work our butts off. Are we ever going to get anywhere in this game? When these guys now are making millions of dollars that never had a fight. This kid's making, $50 million to fight when he's only had one or two boxing matches. It's discouraging for a lot of young fighters because they don't see a future for them with this kind of stuff. So
I hear you.
The promoters don't pay anything anymore for the kids to fight. I mean, they really don't. The money is so bad, and the young guys in the gym I'm talking about, not the established fighters. So a lot of guys get jobs, have families, they quit. That's what I've been seeing happening a lot in the game, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
There's so many good fighters in the gym.
Yeah,
They got to work the social media angle. That's what these kids are doing. That's what the guys who are making the money are doing. They're working the social media.
Right. But I have my experience with a lot of fighters is they're basically introverts. They don't like to blow their own horns a lot of times. There's some that do, but a lot of them don't. They just want to train every day, keep a low profile, and fight. But it ain't that way. Right. You gotta put yourself out there now. You got to learn how to talk. You got to learn how to go on. Like you said,
sell yourself and your brand.
It's a totally different brand now.
That's right.
Yeah.
I try to
think it's
teach
pretty cool. It's
them
interesting.
how to talk in front of cameras, how to talk and do interviews. I teach them when they're amateurs so they can talk, because a lot of them are very quiet. These kids, they don't want to say a word.
Right.
But then you got the ones that do. I mean, they like to talk about this stuff. But it's I don't know. Boxing's making a big evolution, I think, is what it is. We're changing.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of crossroads right now, right?
Huh?
It's an interesting kind of crossroads we're at right now. We're having
you almost need someone not educating well, I guess you do a little bit of the boxers, just trying to emulate those Conor McGregors of the world, to try to, you look at Conor McGregor when he fought Mayweather. He was the guy that was promoting the fight. Mayweather wasn't. He's going over touching Mayweather's hair, and I'm like, there's no way Mayweather would let that happen. Unless Mayweather said, all right, just touch my hair and we'll promote this. Because it was just unbelievable the way they were promoting and the way Conor was promoting it. And the same is almost like Tyson Fury. So you almost have that Muhammad Ali type star and a little bit of trashing, but still have some respect. You know what I mean? And promoting fights. Right. And you see the fights when they're meeting together and stuff. They go on tours now to do this and trash talking each other.
Yeah.
And it's entertainment in the end. Like it's the boxing is one thing, but there's that WWE part of it. You know what I mean?
But in other sports they do that. Like in other sports they will do that. They will school the kids. Like in the NHL, the NBA, they'll school the kids on how to talk to the media. And in the NHL and NBA, they basically tell them don't say anything.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. But because anything that's going to be controversial, taken the wrong way, they don't want you to see that. But in boxing, they should school the kids, teach kids to blow your own horn. Get on there on social media, blow your own horn.
Seriously,
just
that would
talk about yourself in some way, right?
Someone to teach these kids, and it sounds kind of ridiculous, but you almost see like a WWE guy teaching these boxers how to pump themselves up and get the crowd involved and stuff, because that's what people see. They don't want to see a quiet, humble, good fighter who's all American or whatever. They don't want to see that. They want to see the bad boys, or they want to see that someone talking trash or whatever.
You would have never saw Marvelous Marvin Hagler doing this kind of stuff. You would never have seen.
Oh, even Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao didn't even do that. Right? He couldn't. He
was a humble, as humble as they come. I mean, he's
super humble guy. Yeah.
Kirk Johnson, I can see teaching it.
I can see that too.
Kirk Johnson teaching this and making money doing this.
That's right.
Pump up the brand.
But
pump it up.
But I ain't never did it myself though.
Knock you out.
No,
I wasn't that type of guy myself though.
But Kirk, you were always entertaining in the gym. Whether it's
of course. We have fun in the gym.
That's what people want to see.
Yeah.
We had some fun times, man.
Yeah, did we ever? So, Mike, you're still in Ontario?
I'm still in Niagara Falls. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yourself still out east?
No, Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. Yeah.
So the next time I come and see,
but I haven't seen Kirk in so long. So just even talk about our '92 Olympic team. We had 10 guys qualified, and the team was awesome. It was amazing, and because Wyatt's here, I can basically say what the difference is now when we were training and now what's happening when you're making guys move to Montreal to be part of the Canadian team. Where back then we got there because of our personal coach. I get there because of my personal coach, my brother, Pat Kelly. Kirk Johnson got there because of his dad, and they all were allowed to go to the Olympics. They might have to pay their own way, but we all found a way that then didn't work in their corner. Now you got to go. You got to train in Montreal all year round. You're not a synchronized swimming team where you have to gel together. There's good things that you could do at training camps. Like I was with Kirk. We went down to North Carolina Camp Lejeune. We were training there 2 weeks with Army guys who were killers. But they weren't technically as strong as us. But we would just technically outbox the problem. But they would keep coming at us. And that's the type of training camps you need. You don't need training camps in Montreal where we're beating each other up. You need to be doing that to other people. And that's, I think, 92 is a prime example of what our Canadian boxing team, a great Canadian boxing team, was. Now I see guys that want to turn pro earlier because they don't want to go to Montreal all year. And if you don't go to Montreal, like Wyatt is doing right now, they'll take away your carding. And now they're picking guys and choosing guys who they want to go in which weight class. And that's why Wyatt didn't go in the right weight class he was supposed to, because they want another guy to go in that weight class. And Wyatt can attest to this. And I think, we need guys like Kirk Johnson and Chris Johnson, Dominic Filane, Dale Brown, guys like that coming back and helping out and telling the Canadian Boxing Association what our athletes need, especially our boxers, to get to where that level again.
Exactly. Yeah, well put. Well, hey guys, we're out of time, but thanks, Mike, for that. That was fantastic and well.
Great to see you guys.
Well said.
You're the ambassador.
Keep training strong. Mike, Ray,
thanks, guys.
Joe, Kirk, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Great to see all you guys.
From New York.
Thanks, I'll be back on
see you guys.
after
Porter you guys.
Porter gonna win. You guys have me on when Porter
What's
wins.
next, Wyatt?
All right, take care, y'all.
All right, guys. We'll see you again real
What's next,
soon.
Wyatt?
Thank
I want to
you.
ask Wyatt what's next.
The next thing for me is I'm currently cutting down to 63. I'm at 60. I'm at 65 right now. So I'm already down basically there.
I used 5 kilos the night before. 65 to 63.
Well, that's me. I wasn't a big 69.
Exactly, not a big 69 at all.
I wasn't 69.
Yeah, 60 is way better for you. That's good news.
So I think I got to fight in New Brunswick at the end of November to see how the 63 actually feels it once again.
Should be good. Don't worry.
Perfect. Good for you.
That's good, man. If you can keep your strength up at 63, that'll be great.
So far I got some testing to do tomorrow. So far I've lost. I was at 69, down at 65, and last week when we did the tests, my strength, everything was the same. Reaction time, reflexes, everything was the same. So we're doing it again this week to make sure everything is staying good.
Excellent.
All right, brother.
Awesome.
Go get him.
Should be good.
Go get him, man. Go get him.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay,
Thanks
awesome.
for
You guys
we'll
take
see
care.
guys real soon.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
After Porter win the fight, Sean Porter gonna win.
Crawford
Right on.
Porter.
Right on.
Crawford by knockout.
After Crawford knocks him
Hell
out, we'll
no.
talk again.
After knock, yeah, exactly. Hey, thanks, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. All the best.